Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2838 of What You Have to Know. This is a place where I document my journey, share my lessons learned, the good, the bad, the ugly, what's working, what's not working, what's got me irritated, what I'm excited about, and all of the above, right? So today we're talking about, and we're doing No Nonsense November. I've done the No Nonsense November 30-day challenge as part of my annual challenges. Geez, I want to say probably for 5 or so years now. I think I started it in 2020 as part of the pandemic and to keep moving forward during that crazy time for all of us. And it's served me well. I'm trying to add a little more structure to it this year, which personally I'm finding uncomfortable, which is really hilarious, right? Because structure actually builds freedom, but it's more structure that doesn't feel as much like how I usually use and do my own thing. So I may or may not abandon it after this year. I'll do it this year because I spent the time and energy creating it, but not sure I'll do it going forward because I kind of like just sitting down, creating my list of, hey, these are the 30 things that impacted me the most, or I think have the most impact on us as human beings and individuals. And we shouldn't even mess around with them. We should just say, how does this apply to me and how am I going to make it work in my life? And today's topic is no different. We're talking about discipline. Now, I personally am kind of a rule breaker. And so I don't like the word discipline a whole lot. I've always like to do things my own way in every area and aspect of my life. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I always take personal responsibility for whatever I do, right? If I make a mistake, man, I really screwed that up, guys. How can I fix it? So today we're talking about discipline, but discipline in terms of being self-disciplined and consistent. I think of it more as consistency than I do discipline. And to be honest, I don't think until I came on the Skool network, I even thought that much about consistency. I just do what I do, but I learned a long time ago, it's easier to just do the things than to procrastinate and make excuses and not do the things that we know we want to do and are in our own best interest anyway. And I think of doing videos and with respect to this, I, like everybody else, when I first came online, was like, there is no freaking way I'm ever getting my mug on a video. I'm not going to do it. And now we're on day 2838 because I said, okay, I don't want to do this. I'm scared to do it. Just like everybody's scared in the beginning of any time we do something new, whether we admit it to ourselves or not. We all feel that fear, but we do it anyway because we know that we're not going to die and that we're going to learn. We're going to suck at first because we all struggle with things when we start doing something new, but we're going to get better and better and better and better at it. And some of us, it just takes way longer than the rest of the people on the planet. It takes me longer to figure out how I want to show up in the world and what my voice is and what I want to say and who I want to work with and what I want to do. But it's all a learning curve, right? Everything in our life is an experiment and a test and a learning curve to become the best possible version of ourselves. At least that's my purpose, is to say, okay, how can I continually improve a teeny bit every day so that when I leave this planet and this life, I will feel like, yeah, I had good days and bad days, but for the most part, I tried to be a better human being every day, right? Just a little bit every day. So discipline, I like the topic, but I like to look at it from the consistency standpoint and ask myself, well, what's in it for me to be self-disciplined and to be consistent? A whole lot of things. Think about it. And I'm sure I learned some of these lessons along the way, but people can count on us if we do what we say we're going to do. Doing what you say you're going to do and following through is an incredibly powerful and very rewarding, by the way, example of consistency. Because you know what? The most people that you come in contact with don't do that. They don't hold themselves accountable to even doing what they say they're going to do. They don't follow through. They don't say, oh, I'll do that. And then they forget about it because they get busy in their lives and they just never do it. So that is one way. And I want you to think about one way today. How can I hold myself accountable and be more self-disciplined, which means I'm more reliable. People could know what to expect from me. And maybe you're just more reliable in saying yes and no to the things that are in alignment with who you want to be and who you are and your goals and objectives, which is what we should all do, right? Be upfront with, hey, I understand what you're asking me. It's just no. And no is a complete sentence. How powerful is that, right? I can say no now and not have to explain why I'm saying no. I don't have to say no, I'm too busy for that, when I really mean no, that does not line up with my personal priorities and what I'm trying to accomplish in my business and my life. And so I understand what you want me to do, but I'm not going to commit to that at this time. It doesn't mean I'm saying no forever. It just means right now it's a no. But if you do it again in 6 months or a year, maybe I'll be more than available to do that with you and for you. And I'm actually very cool with that. And I love it when people will just tell me no. I'll ask and they're just like, no, I'm like, perfect. Next, right? It's always next, because just because it's not right for them doesn't mean it isn't right for others. All right. I am getting on a tangent. So I'm doing some things just during this 30-day No Nonsense November challenge to hold myself more accountable, and because it's fun. I'm pulling a card every day because it's fun from one of my decks. I love decks. I am sharing and reading from Little Wayne Dyer's, and these are like cards to me, these little bitty books, because you can carry them around all day, which I'm carrying both of these around with me all day if I need some inspiration or a little pick-me-up. But today's is all about understanding that every condition in our life can be improved if we learn to be more effective at visualizing and thinking about and focusing on the things that we want, not the things that we don't want, and then have an intention to manifest the things that we want and let go of all the things that we don't want, right? The more energy we spend on focusing and thinking about and writing down and believing and imagining what it is that we want, the faster it shows up in our life. It's just the universal law, so we might as well work with it. And then I'm also doing a woman I very much appreciate, Victoria Gallagher, has an app that she created, a mobile app called Believe. And I am like, I think the #1 fan, not even kidding. I spend more time on that app than just about anything else. It's my favorite tool. And a lot of times it's just running in the background because it's so powerful and keeps me on an even keel, which when you got a wiry brain, which I'm pretty sure I have an ADHD brain, and it's going 100 miles an hour all the time, and you can't turn it off. It's awesome to have things like that that work for you in the background. I didn't tell my family, but when I was married, I would play subliminal CDs quietly in the house all the time to add more calm to our household. You can imagine that was necessary. All right. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. We're doing No Nonsense November in my Skool community. It's a free Skool community right now. If you would like to be a part of that, all you have to do is ask and I will send you the invitation. We're founding members right now, so it's absolutely free. And if you come in as a founding member, guess what? It's free forever. How cool is that? I love the way the Skool platform has set certain things up. And it's a place where I'm building an actual community, not just another group or another page where I throw a bunch of stuff out, but a community with the people in that organization, which is something I've always wanted. It's like having your own mastermind within a specific group. So it's really fun and exciting. All right. Have an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, all you ever have to do is ask, and I will make time and we'll figure it out. Have a great day.